the swap meet. Not a whole lot here. Not how I remember it. I was quoted $10 for a Ziploc bag full of cut up fruit. Not a big Ziploc bag, like a sandwich bag. I guess when people say it's not worth it to come here anymore, that's true. What do you think about the swap meet?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, if you need to buy a bunch of souvenirs, it's probably a better deal, but
yeah.
Otherwise, it's not nearly as big as it used to be. So it's sort of a would not recommend. Swap meet, not great.
Not impressed. I've seen more selection of rinky dinks.
Nobody's gonna know what rinky dinks is.
Yeah, also I should specify, since I said I seen. I know that's not grammatically correct. It's a joke. Leave it alone.
Okay, but what about rinky dinks?
Oh, rinky dinks is a flea market in Marietta, Ohio. It's pretty great, but also extremely questionable stuff being sold, as you find in most small town flea markets. Prior to the recent rise of fascism and Nazi lovers in America, they sold Nazi flags and stuff, which is kind of like...
Yeah, back before it was in.
Yeah. I think it was sold more of a historic context, but probably not, actually.
I don't think I saw any, well, maybe I did, at the Parkersburg, West Virginia 4th of July celebration.
I don't know if you saw, I expected to see some. I don't think we did. There were Confederate stuff.
Yeah, there was definitely Confederate stuff.
Which really these days does are one of the same.
You don't see, one thing I notice we don't see here, you don't see any MAGA apparel.
Yeah, that is nice. Well, I think Hawaii is reliably blue.
One thing, I'm a mark for fruit in market type of situations. They know when I'm coming. One thing I won't be doing is paying $10 for a Ziploc bag full of cut up any fruit.
Yeah.
Unless that fruit's made of gold, which was like basically the only option here. So now we'll go to Down to Earth and overpay for some grocery store food, but at least it'll be good and it won't be in direct sunlight. Update, we were leaving and we saw some things that looked like things we might want to check, like hot sauce and macadamia nuts, so we decided to repark the car and get back out and check. So this will probably still just be like a 5-minute trip out of the car because mostly everything looks exactly the same. We bought one thing, Hawaiian hot pog sauce. Pog sauce is passion fruit, orange, and ghost. Somebody had to say, just give us the most hot one immediately, and then...
Yeah, it was good.
It was good, but we both choked on it, and some other guy tried it and then just left.
I didn't choke, but it was very hot. Well, why, mess around with the stuff we're not gonna buy,
Yeah, there was a little bit more than we thought.
It's all like the same stuff.
But yeah, most of it is pretty much the same. And it's hot. This is the same thing that we just bought at the swap meet where it cost $14. And here, even at full price, it costs less. Don't buy from Hawaiian hot teas because they will rip you off, at least at the swap meet. Okay, we have Down to Earth hot food bar, which is one of my favorite things in the world. And though I end up spending more than I would in like an actual restaurant, what did you get?
Spicy buffalo chicken roll-up. It's tofu.
I got a bunch of island things. We're going down to the beach. It's the first time that, well, it's not the first time we've been down to the beach, but it's the first time that we're going down there in a bathing suit to sit there. It hasn't really been like warm enough to do that for me up until like yesterday. Today it's very hot. I'm already uncomfortable. The beach is like one of those things that I like the idea of more than the actual doing of it. Hopefully we can sit under some palm trees or something. West Virginia man touches Pacific Ocean for the first time in his whole life. Right now, right here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. He's probably one of, like, I don't know, 50 that's ever done it. It's a little warmer than I thought, but still colder than I'd want to get in personally.
Went a little far to do this. We could have drove like 40 miles and done it.
Yeah, probably not even that far.
Yeah, probably not.
A lot of firsts for you recently. First time that you ever had to poop on a plane a few weeks ago and made it to 41. Now
Pretty far.
42 and
Pretty far with that one.
touching the Pacific Ocean for the first time. Not the first time seeing it.
No, you didn't pay attention the first time that happened.
Yeah, but you didn't go in it.
No.
And it was cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
Much colder than this.
Pretty warm though.
Yeah, it's warmer than I thought it would be. Yeah, it's extremely sharp. The sand is very rocky due to the volcanic rock. Did you bring your Crocs? No, you didn't.
I don't travel with those. They're a hassle.
Yeah, this is what the water or the sand's like. It's not something you'd want to just take a walk on the beach in, that's for sure.
This would be a good use case for water shoes.
Had I thought about it, I would have worn my Crocs down here. I don't like wearing my Crocs to the beach because if Crocs get in the sun or get too hot, they shrink. So I'm always very careful with my Crocs. That's where I got overpriced Dole Whip from, which I'd like another, but overpriced for a small amount.
Nice.
We'll sit between the boats so we're
Shade.
away from the people.
Yeah.
We want the opposite of what the Little Mermaid wants. You do not want to be where the people are, ever. Nice spot. POV, you're me eating a veggie burrito at Gordo's with cheese fries. Well, Gordo ran out of plant-based protein, but it's okay because it's still good. And he had the cheese, and that's all we really care about. But this is our last dinner in Hawaii.
Yep.
Crazy, look at this. Today, as we get ready to leave, just absolutely giant rainbow. Okay, we're doing the final check. Do we have everything?
Everything, I think.
This place wouldn't stay here again. This room looks fine, but this is gross.
Yellow pea.
Yeah, used plunger.
Here.
This, very gross. That, extremely gross. Yeah, it's...
Pretty. No, like, yeah. It's like pretty dingy.
Yeah, it's...
The bathroom's bad. The rest of it's fine.
Wall, not
But the
good.
bathroom sort of ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, you can't just put a new vanity in something and then, like, think it's fine.
No,
In here, back there, you can see a big dead roach. Ew, oh, it's so gross. The balcony's nice, it's big, and you can see the water. The seating outside is not good. They're taking the rain. I think they put the rainbow up every Sunday for tourism.
They want it to look like the license plates.
Yeah, and today it does. This is the only good thing in here. Otherwise, it's just like a million people coughing, being disgusting. So, what did you think of the Honolulu United Club?
It was fine. Until it got too busy. The bathroom reminded me of like a high school bathroom.
Yeah, it did.
Everything else is fine.
It's so like abandoned looking up here.
Very isolated.
Like sort of 70s-ish, but also abandoned. Gates down here somewhere. G something. Our flight's gonna be terrible because last night's flight got canceled. Our open seat is now not open because now the entire plane is full. What a nightmare. We've purchased some very expensive waters because on the way here United did not provide enough water to not like have a medical emergency for some reason. You get like maybe one drink and then 1 cup of water for the entire 5+ hour flight. But there's one thing in this airport that's crazy. Actually, there used to be one in Vegas. I don't know if there still is, but there's a Quiznos, an ancient relic of a Quiznos. Eating from Quiznos is the first time I ever experienced having heartburn. It was from the batch whatever sauce that I remember. It's good, but it gave me heartburn, and I'd never had heartburn before. I think this is for our flight and our gate, and this looks absolutely miserable due to all of the extra people. I don't even want to go into this room. This is so horrible. This is like my nightmare in here. This is just like a COVID room, norovirus room, flu room, all manner of disease room. We're on the plane. It's terrible. It's so horrible. There's so many extra people. It's intolerable. This summer we're going to Atlantic, Canada, if we're not banned from Canada. I think we're like only a couple rows back from the front, but I'm still like the most miserable I've ever been right now. In a few hours, I'll be the most miserable I've ever been. No, when we're waiting for the shuttle to take us to where our car is parked, that'll be the most miserable I've ever been. We're here waiting 100 years for our shuttle bus. What do you think about our decision to use Wally Park right now?
It's fine. If I'm here another like 10 minutes, I might regret it.
There's been 8 million parking spot buses, so that would be the one to pick depending on the price. But the good news is it's raining in LA. All the Californians have their winter coats on. We don't.
It's a little nippy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like 50.
It's not winter coat weather unless you're from here, but wet and raining, so this can only be good for fire putting out.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't rain too much.
Well, yeah, we don't want mudslides either, but also for our immediate trip home. There's Wally Park, here it comes.